Hi guys, I just wanted to touch base with you really quick to go over the upcoming eclipse, which will be in Taurus. It is a new moon eclipse, and I know that sometimes people, the energy levels get a little high during eclipses. It may seem like things are going really, really fast right now for you. But let me say, as eclipses go, this is actually a lovely eclipse. You should be feeling like a lot of hope coming through, like kind of like movement or optimism towards things that are that you dream of, that are like sensuous. A new moon in Taurus is very grounded if you allow yourself to do that. It's all about what you value, your immediate space and immediate environment. I am a new moon in Taurus eclipse baby. So this is replicating my birth. I always say poor mother that she actually had all three of her kids within a week of an eclipse. So poor mom. But as eclipses go, this is a more grounded, stable one. So I do have some charts ready for you. So we'll just look at how the energy will go through for each sign. But in general, in case you're not that familiar with astrology, new moon usually represents a time where we're starting a new project, a time where we're embarking on a new vision. Now, Taurus, being the sign that this is starting in, is not something that's going to manifest overnight. We're all going to be starting a new project somewhere, and it's going to take effort, but it's going to be effort that we're going to enjoy doing. It's going to probably be something that nurtures us or nurtures other people, or builds more stability in our life. It builds more value in our life, makes us feel more stable, like we have a more grounded outlook, like our home environment and our relationships, our partnerships, our work. That's what we're all going towards, grounding that. Now, this new moon eclipse is also happening on Uranus. So there can be some sudden directional changes with this eclipse, but if you're able to stay grounded during the energy, it's actually going to benefit you in the future. So this eclipse will play out completely around the beginning of 2023. So we're all starting something, or seeding a vision, seeding a project, seeding a relationship that's going to come to full fruition for all of us in the beginning of 2023. But it's going to build stability and value and structures, and kind of confidence in yourself. So that's a beautiful thing. Let me just see if I can pull up the charts here. You guys are probably feeling the energy already of the eclipse. Eclipse is usually energetically, some astrologers say 6 months, but for sure for about 3 weeks before and 3 weeks after, you'll really feel and see the sudden changes of the eclipse come into your life here. Let me just see. All right. All right. And here is the chart of the eclipse. And I have this set for clearly where I live. I'm not going to use the house system. I'm just going to look at the planets. You can set it. You can go forward an hour if you're on the East Coast. Then they'd put you into kind of a Libra rising / Scorpio chart, or back a couple hours for the West Coast. But as for eclipses, we just usually look at the planets involved in the energy, because everybody has different charts. Okay, so if you look at Taurus, the sun and the moon are going to make their conjunction at 10 degrees Taurus on April 30th, which is Saturday afternoon. So wherever you live in the United States, it's going to be Saturday afternoon that the new moon eclipse actually happens. So anything that you have in the houses, in any of the fixed sign houses, if you know your own chart, like Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, that's at or around 10 degrees, is going to really be activated for this eclipse. You're really going to want to, if you're not familiar with the meanings of the planets, there's a lot of videos online that can kind of tell you what the energy of those planets mean if you have anything at those critical degrees where the eclipse is going to kind of unite this. Now, if you see, this is Uranus right here. It's at 14 degrees, still in Taurus though, and within range of that eclipse to actually have that activated for us all. Now, Uranus is a planet of innovation. It's a planet of quick change. Uranus rules sideways directionally. So Uranus will usually be an energy that will take things out if it needs to be finished, or bring things forward if something is beneficial for you. But there will be a lot of quick changes with this eclipse. So if you've been, waiting for something to change, kind of been in that stuck rut. I know we've had a ton of Saturn and Mars and retrogrades and blah, blah, blah this year. We're really all going to see something change for us quickly. It could be totally in a different direction, but with Taurus, it's always going to be something not just spiritual. We've had a lot of Pisces lately as well. It's going to be something that you can like touch, something on the material plane with Taurus, something in your immediate surroundings, or something that brings value that you can actually hold in your hand. So I'm just going to go through it quick for each sign. If you were an Aries rising or sun and moon, of course, this will be most specific for you if Aries is your rising sign. If Aries is your sun sign, this will be all about the actions that you take, the things that light you up in your life. And if it's your moon sign, it'll be an eclipse applying to your immediate environment or your emotional house, or it could be something to do with the maternal home. So for Aries, this is happening in your second house. So you could have a new beginning, a new quick beginning in the ways that you make money. You could be investing in things that actually bring you value, or will lead to long-term more stability or value inside of yourself. I have an Aries friend last night that was actually just showing me her plant list. And I was just thinking, oh yeah, we got an eclipse coming up, and she'll be going and investing in all these native plants. And native plants grow slowly, but I suspect, by next season, she'll have something that multiplies, something that's found stability, and something that will bring real value into her life in not only in her emotional well-being with the new moon, but also, she's taking action for it. This eclipse also has a sextile to Mars in Pisces. So everyone could be dreaming about something that they could be dreaming about something that they've been wanting to do. And now is the time when Mars is going to allow everybody to take action on that dream. So for the Aries, you could have been dreaming in the background about something, a new job, something that you value, something around your immediate home, what you're willing to work towards to bring value, or that new job, or that new source of income into your life. And there could be some quick changes this week pertaining to that. At the very least, there's going to be a seed come forward that you're going to see manifest later. So if you have intentions to do something like that, all of my Aries, sun, moon, and risings, definitely do that seed this week. It's a beneficial eclipse for new starts, and make note of what comes in quickly and what leaves quickly. With Uranus, it most likely is Uranus and all those planets up in the North Node. It's most likely divinely guided and just meant to be. So I know Taurus doesn't like changing a lot, so sometimes we need a little Uranus to shake things up. My Taurus friends, sun, moon, rising, we have this eclipse going on in your first house. So Tauruses, you could be getting some sudden inspiration to take action towards changing your body. Something about your body. This eclipse actually loosely trines Pluto, but also Pluto is more aligned, trining the North Node, which covers this house. So Pluto and Capricorn could be like teeth or bones. You guys could be doing something to strengthen these areas. I do know a Taurus that's getting some work on her teeth right now. And the quick changes that she's going through will take long-term a beneficial effect for her overall body confidence and body appearance. You could also have some quick changes around the father type figures, mother type figures, something change in the home environment, something change with the parental unit, or something change as it pertains to you. And solar figures in your life. You could actually have solar figures suddenly come into your life or go out of your life, but most likely you were gonna feel this energy beforehand. Now we do have Mercury in the second house, which is in Gemini. So I want you Tauruses to be sure that any information that you're putting out there, you're making it very, very clear what you truly value, what you want, what you're all about. Gemini could go either ways, and I just don't want the Tauruses to be holding back because they don't want to upset anybody. Like, this is a beneficial eclipse. This is your eclipse. And it's a new moon. Like, plant those seeds that you want to take effect in your life about what you want to change with your body, with yourself, like with your soul. This is a chance to put the first seed forward in that direction. Geminis, this Taurus new moon eclipse is starting in your 12th house. So this would be a fantastic time with Mercury just moving into your first house. Clearly your own ruling planet, which will be going retrograde actually at the time. This is an amazing eclipse for really looking into those subconscious places, like finding and digging up the unconscious things that that kind of you've been thinking about or wondering about, or finding a really grounded spiritual practice, or kind of a cult behind the scenes practice, any kind of practice that you would start up behind the scenes at this time. With Uranus there, it could be a little strange. But Geminis, you know, you don't shy away from strangeness at all. But especially with your planet going retrograde right now, anything that gets you out of thinking and helps you to engage on a soul level with like the metaphysical or astrology or any kind of meditation practice would be amazing at this point for you. And it will actually, you're going to have, you could be actually joining a group that kind of aligns with that purpose for you right now. But anything like that, try and stay away from practices that won't bring you value, that won't bring you stability. Try and be very truthful with yourself as to if the actions that you're taking are kind of in denial, or if you're actually doing something that benefits others. And if you've looked at every part of the situation that you're going into behind the scenes here, Geminis. Excuse me, Taurus rules the throat. So I've got a little tickle there, and it is my moon sign. So Cancerians, you are having the Taurus new moon eclipse in your 11th house. So you could be starting something new quite quickly. You could have changes in your friend groups, changes in actually what you hope and dream for in your future. But the seeds that you're planting could come on strong, could be strange, could be weird, could be innovative. But it is going to be, you're going to have the strength and resilience to do it. Now with you, since you also rule the moon and that's part of this eclipse, you could actually be finding a friend group that helps with your home environment. You could be making changes to your home environment as well, and that could involve friends and groups of people, family members, people that benefit you right now. But you may have tried a lot in the past to make these innovations, to make these changes, to make these things that are beneficial, that will associate with your hopes and dreams of the future. But let me say, with Mars there, sextiling this new moon eclipse, you're definitely going to have the energy to do it. You're going to have the drive to do it. And you're going to be able to have the focus to do it for once. I do believe that you're going to have the confidence with Mercury going through your 12th house right now. You're just going to have the knowledge and the confidence in yourself that you might have not had before. Leos, this new moon eclipse is happening in your 10th house. So our little Leos have had it hard. Our king lions have had it real rough with Saturn in the opposite sign for a while now, and all of that shakeup, all of those Pisces planets going through your 8th house of ends, endings, and other people's money, et cetera, et cetera. Leos, this is your chance. You guys are thinking about and going to start something new as it comes to, you could have sudden changes in your job, how you're seen in the world, a career. You could have a change of focus in career. It could come on suddenly. It could shock other people. But you guys know right now, especially what being ruled by the sun is a part of this eclipse. You know what is best for you. And that's what you guys are going to be going for. You could be making quick changes, and the eclipse in your 10th house really supports all of these changes. It could be just a seed that you're planting towards that right direction, but you definitely are going to have the support of benefactors on this, and you are going to have the energy from all the endings that you've been going through, and you know, you're going to have the energy to complete this time, Leos. You've had a lot of, you could be cutting things out from your career. You could be quitting a job and totally changing jobs. But you know, whatever you're starting at this time, whatever seeds that you're planting are going to be for your highest good and are going to keep you stepping slowly towards your dreams. It could actually be self-nurturing that you're doing. You could be taking off from a job. But Lions, there's light at the end of this tunnel. So this is, even though action must be taken in your case, because it does square your house, it also involves your ruling planet. So and it's a beneficial eclipse being supported by Mars. So you're going to have the energy that Mars fire sign always is beneficial and supportive to your kind of energy. And with Uranus, you can use your Leo creativity to find something new. Virgos, this new moon eclipse is happening in your 9th house. So you guys could be having sudden changes as it has to do with foreign cultures, spiritual studies, educational studies, people from foreign lands taking long-term travel, making long-term travel plans. It happens literally in the 9th house, which is God's house. So you could be actually starting a new practice that's a little strange, comes in quickly, but is going to support you in your long-term stability. Virgos, we all know that you guys are only healers and you help other people a lot, sometimes too much. With Mars going through your 7th house, you might actually feel motivated to do something more for yourself this time, that will actually allow you to help more people in the future. Or you could be actually cutting off partnerships, or you could be making closures with that at the actual courthouse, because the 9th house also represents that. Or you could be going towards new growth in that area as well. Virgos could be hooking up. You could be going to the courthouse just one day and, you know, starting a new relationship or marriage. But it is in Taurus, which does represent long-term stability in that area for you. So Virgos, I do know you're going to do something that's for the best of you. Libras, this new moon is happening in your 8th house. So you could be planting new seeds as it comes to, you could be quickly having an inheritance come in that maybe have something to do with your mother or father with the new moon. You could be starting a new side hustle that's kind of strange. The 8th house is other people's money. So you could be like finding ways to earn, doing a service, doing anything that benefits people on a large scale. You could actually be starting something online because Uranus does represent anything over the World Wide Web. Or you could be finally, you know, going and finding some type of practice to do some healing from some endings or loss that you had, and any kind of practice that you start now that makes you feel more grounded in yourself and more stable in your life, and, you know, kind of able to be the weirdo in your own kind of realm is going to be very beneficial for you. Scorpios, this new moon eclipse is happening in your 7th house of relationships and contractual situations, business things. See, there is going to be some changes. Could be quick changes happening in the people that you associate with. You could either be committing to or ending relationships, or really having something start up that kind of is it takes it to the next level. Scorpios do love a little bit of strange. So with Uranus up there, I think that you'll just be, even though you're resistant to change, I think with and it being a new moon in Taurus, having something come in that is going to result in the better stability in your life. So either the cutting off relationships, the beginning of new relationships, but something that may come out or come in quickly that will result in a better kind of stability for you in the long run. And I think you'll be able to see that with Mercury traveling through your 8th house. You may know that this is something that really actually has to, that this change that's coming in, whatever it is for the better, and that it is something that, you know, needed to happen. All right. This is my dog just like laying on the floor, like, oh, resting. That was so funny. Sagittarius, you guys are having the new moon eclipse in Taurus in your 6th house. So 6th house indicates something, how you serve people. It could be something you do with work. It's something that you do on a day-to-day basis. So guys could be like saying, hey, I am streamlining my energy right now. I am going to start this new routine, which is not only going to, is not only like unusual for me, you're going to feel the strength and the passion and the drive to be able to do this, even if you haven't been able to do it in the past. The 6th house can sometimes be associated with house of loss, or how you serve kind of as a slave to people, but this is going to build long-term structure. Whatever it is, it's beneficial. So if you guys are starting a new routine, like you feel like you need to streamline your life or organize things, like you know that this is essentially going to build better communication with people in your life, kind of streamline your relationships and bring more stability into your inner self, and be able to expand your areas of creativity and kind of give you some breathing room to go forward. So that's amazing, Saggies. Capricorns, Cappies, this is a new moon eclipse that is actually trining your house. So of course, that's going to be beneficial for you. It's happening in your fifth house of creativity, love affairs, children, gaming, anything you do for fun. So the Capricorns could be starting a new venture as to what they do for hobbies. It could be something strange and unusual. You guys could actually meet a new person that is like a little strange, a little Uranus, a little kind of weirdo, but I feel like it's going to be really beneficial for you. And even though they would have that strangeness, they'd also have a very groundedness to them as well. And like having that relationship in your life is actually going to ground what you feel for stability. You guys have had a really rocky year. You had Venus going retrograde for like 40 days in your house this year. So I really feel like if anything, Buddy deserves to bring in like a new creativity or stable relationships, or like more stable relationships with your children or anything like that. It's definitely the Capricorns. You guys have had Pluto hanging out with you as well, and Pluto actually trines the North Node on this eclipse, so it's going to be beneficial. You guys will be you could be finding this new venture somewhere in your neighborhood or through your friend group, through your siblings, with Mars, going through your third house there. But it's definitely going to be something that will grow joy within you, that will like kind of free you up to have fun once in a while. And the Capricorns definitely need to be having fun once in a while. You guys have had some restrictions in your second house of income. So sometimes you just need to get stable in other areas in order to kind of relieve all that all that walled up energy, in order to kind of loosen all the areas of your life up again. Aquarius, this new moon eclipse in Taurus is going to be happening in your fourth house. So you guys could actually be making a change in your home situation. You could actually be planting new seeds, moving totally, or just restructuring, like getting rid of things that don't serve your best, or just really literally planting a garden, doing like hydroponics in your like house, or kind of those stacked up air plantings, or anything that builds stability. You could be starting jobs from your home right now. And with your planet of Uranus, even though it is a square to your actual house, that just means that action needs to be taken. I actually kind of like squares because it's not like stuck in opposition. Like action needs to be taken in the square. So definitely action will be taken in this place. You could also be receiving news from a child, or going over something with your children, or a creative project, or going back to a creative project that you kind of been thinking about in the past, with Mercury in your fifth house, and really bringing that back into your home right now. But whatever it is with your planet up there, I'm sure it's an ingenious plan. And whichever way it goes, in or out, if you're getting rid of things or bringing new things in, it's definitely going to benefit you in the long term. And Aquariuses are definitely able to stick with things for a long time, to see them through to fruition, as long as it benefits the whole of your environment. So I can't wait to hear what the Aquariuses are doing. I'm sure it's going to be amazing and kind of weird and fantastic. So there's a confirmation, Aquariuses. Pisces, oh, my little fish. Pisces, you guys are actually having a new moon eclipse in your third house. So that is siblings, that's people in your family that's not your mom or dad, that's your immediate neighborhood environment. It could be short distance travel. You guys are having new seeds open up for you in that particular area. You could have some sudden changes with your siblings or any of those relatives that I mentioned. You could also just be having a time where you're being able to open up with your friends. You're like building new long-term relationships in that area, starting to express in an easier way. Pisces, I know that is not always the case for you. That's not always easy, but with Mars in your first house, I think you're feeling like in all those lovely planets, you have Jupiter and Venus and Neptune there. Like Pisces have been holding some like mysterious water dream energy inside of them. And with Mars there, I really feel like you're going to be able to express that, or you're going to be pushed to express that somehow, and let the rest of us, the world, see the magic with it. You could literally be just, you know, moving to new neighborhoods, like traveling places in your immediate environment, like starting some kind of new routine, or some kind of new rotation with friends, just really starting a new time of having stability that will let you be your weirdo self in that realm of short distance travel, friends, relatives. Your world is expanding, Pisces. It's expanding. So that's a good thing. I think you guys have been locked up in your little fish bowls for too long. All right. Well, I guess that is all the signs. Let me see if there's anything else I should say about this eclipse. This eclipse is with the North Node. In Vedic astrology, the North Node or the South Node is not really seen as the best, but the North Node is something in Western Hellenistic astrology that you usually don't go to, your soul is supposed to go towards in life. So with the North Node right now transiting in Taurus, we're all supposed to be going towards things that bring us value, going towards sensual things, like things that make us feel good. Like, I have all my plants here. My plants make me happy. I have a Taurus moon. Like it has to be something I can touch. Like my house has been full of like lots of sensual scents lately. Like fabrics, just like things that may not cost a lot. Taurus is usually simple things, but things that just make you feel good and rejuvenate you. You know, the energy is high, but this is an eclipse ruled by Venus. So Venus is very accommodating. Venus is very accepting. Venus wants to get along with everybody. So this is an eclipse that hopefully you're all going towards the changes in that particular house for you that will help your life run smoother. And the beginning of 2022 was a shakeup for everybody. And it was known that it was going to be like that. So this is really the time to bring in those like things that, you know, would just make your life lovelier and more stable in a simple basis, be it plants, or be it your favorite bath salts, or be it, you know, dreams that you've had that that you haven't been able to implement yet because things like Saturn has been in your way, and Pluto and retrogrades. So I'm encouraging you all to take the tiny steps to find the loveliness and find the sensuality and find the good feelings and find the dreaminess with this eclipse. And just really go towards that. It's a time where your dreams can actually manifest if you put the simple step-by-step motions to make that happen. So, all right, you guys, I think that is all I have for today. If you have any questions, put it in the comments box. Aquas, I actually want to know what kind of alien projects you're doing, so let me know about that. I'm enthralled by Aquarius. This is like a kind of I will talk to you guys later, and I love you.